I actually had a lady who came for counseling and said to me, Blessing, see you. I think I'm an Obanji. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? She said, every relationship that she gets into, that there is always conflict. She always finds herself arguing, fighting. Most of the men tell her that she's a nag, she's not a wife material, she's not patient. And she had like 3, 4 relationships, and she feels like it's spiritual. Sometimes when we lack understanding, we run to spirituality because spirituality is one thing that people have not been able to define. So when she came to me, I told her, you are not an Obanji. Every relationship and marriage must have conflict. You test the strength of your relationship and marriage with conflict. If you have not fought, when I mean fight, it doesn't have to be physical blow. If you've not had misunderstanding, kept malice, you don't know your partner. So she's not an Ogbanje. The only problem is that we keep going to the wrong people. When you meet a man that is not right for you, everything you do to him will be a problem. If you blink your eye, he'll tell you that blinking your eye is an insult. If you shake your head, you say you are shaking your head for him like a tortoise. So most times we're in the wrong relationships. And most times that's the reason why I always tell a lot of people, when you get out of a relationship, you need to heal and understand your personality, who you are, so that somebody else does not give you a wrong narrative about yourself. The point is, most of you do not have identity. So it's so easy for somebody to call you names and you just accept it. No, you are not an Ogbanje. Just because you have arguments and you have conflict doesn't make you an Ogbanje. When you have argument, it simply means you are intelligent. Yes, it only takes intelligent people to argue. Argument simply means, I don't see this from this point of view. This is the way I see it. I don't understand it from this point of view. This is the way I understand it. Argument is what helps you learn. But sometimes some people, because they want to be doing I too know, when you start to ask them questions, it feels like you are interrogating them or you're being disrespectful. So I want to tell you something on this video as a relationship therapist. Every marriage has conflict. It is from conflict that you test the solidity of your relationship and marriage. If you've not had conflict with your man or with your woman, the both of you are still pretending, it's still child's play. Conflict is the number one. Una go do baz boos. Conflict is also a way of interaction. But the problem is we need to learn how to interact with our partners. Remember, everybody is not the same thing. There are some men that don't like it when you're shouting, when you're talking. There are some of us that have authoritative voice like me. I could be talking to my man right now and he thinks I'm shouting at him. A lot of people have actually complained that, are you shouting? That's how I am. So I started working on myself because I have an authoritative voice. I have a commanding voice. If I talk to you, sometimes you think I'm authorizing you. I started to work on it. Do you understand? We have conflicts all the time. In fact, in my relationship, we used to quarrel every day and we reconcile every day. That's the real meaning of love. It simply means you people are getting to know each other. Because without conflict, how do you understand one another? So anybody that is telling you there's no conflict anywhere you see, I no get power, I no get strength, then if you don't have strength, stay in your father's house, remain single. Marriage is not for the weak. Marriage are for women and men that have strength to carry responsibility because a lot is going to happen. So if you know you don't have strength, stay in your father's house and be eating, or be single until you develop the strength to be able to fight battles and war. When we say battles and war, you must be prepared to endure, sacrifice, compromise. Maybe you are seeing people celebrating their 10th anniversary. All of us sit down, they do, ow, ow, ow. Some don't celebrate 15. If they tell you what they have gone through in that marriage, that you are enjoying, that you are doing, some of you won't even stay 1 hour there. It simply shows you that there will be conflict. Have an understanding that I would always fight with my spouse. And the truth is that you only fight with people you love. You don't fight with your enemies. You avoid your enemies. Yes. It's only people you love. Sometimes maybe when you're trying to correct, you just be like person picking. Get wetin your picking go dey do, you go beat am. If another person picking do am, you go do I like say you don't see am. So sometimes it's love that makes people want to talk. It's love that makes people want to correct. And the problem I notice is a lot of men is that some men don't like correction. When their wives try to correct them, they see it like disrespect. No. If your wife cannot talk to you, who else can talk to you? Because she's the closest person to you. So you should be able to listen to your wife. So women, if you want to talk, try as much as possible. I notice some of these men, they crazy. Sabi make person invest, you go shout. But just bring down your tone. Do you understand? Find a way to talk mildly. Don't shout. Some men, when you shout at them, they walk away. It becomes worse. So I think we as women need to manage our communication skills. Even me, I get temper. Where they give you motivation, my Chris. I get motivational craze. Even me wey sit down dey give relationship advice. If my own starts, they know they feel me. But with time, I started working on it. What I do is sometimes when I'm angry and I overreact, I apologize. Me, I know when I don't fuck up. I don't have pride when it comes to saying sorry. Even to my kids, I apologize to my kids when I overreact. So sometimes I try to watch it. Do you understand? I try to like bridle my tongues because sometimes you might say things that you might not be able to take back. So nobody should call you an obanje just because you're having conflicts. No, it is normal. In fact, if you've not had conflicts in your relationship and marriage, the both of you are still in kindergarten. Una go do gbas. You people will reconcile. That is where you now understand if you are compatible with that person. It is from conflicts that we understand compatibility. Because when you have conflict with people, how do you resolve it? How long does it take for you to resolve it? Will your own take 1 year? Are you the kind of person that wants to revenge? Are you the kind of person that wants to talk about it? I mean, you be the type like us where they block people because me, if you make me I go block you, delete your number. Even though I know I'm petty, I'm beginning to change that childish. I used to block, change number. Maybe for adventure right now, I might store my man's name with my boo boo. If you make me vex, I go store in full name and in grandpapa name together. Do you understand? So conflict is normal. It's even conflict that makes marriage and relationship enjoyable. But let us not take it overboard. Let's learn to resolve it. It's normal. People must fight. Now they fight. Now the sweet pass. Fight does not mean you have to punch. You guys will argue. Remember, you are from different backgrounds. Even you and your blood brothers and sisters, we the same mama and papa born una dey do gbas. E can't be complete stranger, wey be Yoruba, Hausa, or any other culture. You guys are bound to fight. Fight, I mean, doesn't mean physical conflict to be there. So nobody should tell you that in marriage, it has to be perfect. They'll be chasing you around the tree in Telemundo. That is what is called illusion. In the reality of marriage, there will be conflict, there will be arguments, there will be resolution, there will be love, there will be everything put together. And that's what makes marriage interesting. When you're celebrating this anniversary and you remember the milestones, it makes you happy that you were able to. A lot of us, me now 1 year, 6 months, now I stay for marriage. I come want my son that run. I don't even carry load. Kudos to all those people who have been married from 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. I respect you guys because it's not easy. I give it to you guys, especially the men and mostly the women. God bless you guys. Okay? I love you guys. Conflict is normal. Let nobody deceive you.